So really this time. Without further ado, let's present the cast of Scandal. Here is Portia de Rossi. Really? Come on in. Darby Stanchfield. Jeff Perry. Bellamy Young. Mr. President, Tony Goldwyn.
Hello.
Hi, darling.
Hi, do you have your
Oh, Kerry Washington. Looking gorgeous.
You too.
Scott Foley.
Not James
You're
Bond.
welcome. Guillermo Diaz.
Oh, yeah. You won't.
Josh Molina.
Yeah, that's
Oh, no. Really? And a man I'm so excited to meet, Mr. Joe Morton.
Hey.
So I don't know if you could hear me bragging about you or complimenting you, because I know on Good Morning America, chemistry is everything, and you guys have it in spades. How much fun is it all for you to hit that table and get started with the table reads?
No.
Josh, how fun is it?
It's a 3.
It's a 3 out of 10?
But for me, almost all of life is a 3 in a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
So.
6:41. We're under 2.5 hours away. So
From the end of the panel?
no,
Oh.
no, that's 5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
No, so here we go. The big finale. You guys have been here before. Where does this one rank on the OMG scale?
3.
Don't you lie, Josh. No, it's 12. It's well, no, it's really good.
Is it off the chart?
It's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good because how many lives, a number of your regular friends' lives change.
What are you saying?
Change like completely. A number of these regulars that you're looking at, their characters' lives change by the end of the episode.
Their livelihoods change.
Their livelihoods
kinds of
change.
things.
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That's a huge spoiler.
Far now.
We
Put
keep
those-
reading and hearing tidbits that you are. Yeah, I mean, I feel like you're always impacted, but that it's
You talking to me?
no, Carrie.
Tony.
That this finale is really does a number on
Well,
you.
to be completely honest, the script was unbelievably shocking, and then we all recently found out that there were things that happened in the edit that are going to shock us.
Yeah.
So we're sort of in your shoes.
And
Yeah,
I
we
think
don't
there was
know
material that
how
was
it ends.
shot that
I love your voice. Is that okay to say? Did
That's
I say
fine.
it out loud?
You did say that out loud, yes.
How much fun is it for you to play Command?
It's commanding. No, I mean, this entire sort of experience with this show has been nothing but a gift, a giant meal. I get to sit down and have dinner with any number of people at any number of different times, and it's just amazing. It's amazing.
And Bellamy, finally, you got your wish. I know that you were hoping to get a scene with
have
Command, with Joe.
I
And
have.
we've only gotten a glimpse of it, but boy, did that get Twitter going.
It was sure fun to shoot.
It
I
was.
mean, Joe and I worked together 100 years ago. He doesn't remember it was an X-Files episode. I had a tiny part. He was the lead. And
That was true.
ever since
The very
he
first
came
day I
back,
walked on, she said, we worked together. And I said, yeah, I guess.
He was like, but I've been dying because it's such to watch those monologues come out of the screen. I was like, I wanna see it coming. I want my eyebrows to be burned off. I want it to come at my face. So it was a joy.
Hey.
But I feel like that. Should have gone to
told
Hush for
you
that. But there's so many people that I never get to work with, really. So we all kind of hope for a little cross-pollination now and again.
And can I say that scene, because I was a fly on the wall in that room, in the scene, figuratively speaking, I was in that scene. What was going down between them, and it was amazing. It's just like, it took my breath away. It was brilliant.
Portia, your character has really has grown and changed, and I was saying
And
on the
it
way in,
continues.
I have
Like your
I have my thoughts about you. I think bad
Like my
things.
hair.
I think I personally, my conspiracy theory is that Lizzie not so good.
Tell us more.
saying?
Tell us more, Laura.
I don't know. I just I don't know. I must be great fun for you because you play her so beautifully and it's so layered, and you really have.
That's thanks to Shonda, because when I started this show at the start of the season, I thought, okay, I understand this woman. She's ruthless, she's ambitious, she is fairly, I had it kind of figured out. And then Shonda just kind of threw a wrench in it all. And it was so interesting for me because I thought, okay, this actually is more realistic. And the fact that I didn't know as an actress if I was good or bad, or if I was playing the long con or the kind of the big game, or if I actually was just grateful to survive in the White House and grateful to have my place there.
To survive Shonda, survive another episode.
And then that.
Yes.
So yeah, it was so interesting, and I thought, well, that's really realistic because, you know, I mean, she was an outsider. She's now in the White House. I'm sure she is kind of just dealing with how to get by and figuring out her next move.
Yeah, and I know you said when you were on GMA you were so grateful for this part. It's been.
Well, that was then.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, I was such a huge fan of the show, like a geeky fan to the point where
Like-
the first few, oh yeah. I mean, can you imagine like doing a scene with any of these people
No.
and not go, oh my God, it's Melly Grant and she's talking to me. Like that's how I was. And
Yeah.
Cyrus, oh my God, it was just ridiculous and so exciting. And so yeah, I'm very grateful.
In the last episode, the scene between Jake and Russell was really tremendous. Having the beer, imitating command. I'd love to know what that was like behind the scenes. Did you get tutorial from Joe on how to have the cadence?
I love
Can I say something?
I loved it so much.
These two actors got that scene hours before they had to perform it. I was in the room when that email came out of rewrites for that scene. It was very late at night, and we were shooting something else, and they had to do it first thing in the morning, and they somehow, these two men metabolized that scene and made it so brilliant within hours.
And I got to be in the room with Joe Morton when he watched that scene because we'd never
Because
seen that
we'd
scene.
never-
'Cause
we'd
we didn't
never
get those
seen it.
rewrites.
That was not on our
And he
team.
was
We
like,
were all tweeting.
So we had no idea that
comes
such a
on.
scene was
Yeah,
coming if
I
we
know.
were
Like, oh my God.
shooting that day.
So you had nothing to do behind the scenes with.
Not at all. It was like it was like being a voyeur on two of my kids. You know, sort of making fun of Dad. I mean, it was great, and it was a complete surprise.
Scott, how was that for you, knowing that Joe would be watching you recreate that remarkable cadence he has?
You know, I never even thought about Joe watching that scene.
Probably best not to.
Yeah, I didn't. We got the, as Carrie said, we got the scene. So I was actually in bed the night before when I got the scene, and we started shooting it at like 7 in the morning, and I spent so much time working on just getting the lines right that I didn't have time to put anything else behind it. And I realized once I got to set that I really had to do a Joe Morton impression, and that's a big undertaking. You know, there's his.
The interesting thing is, in
Listen.
the last week or so, any number of people have come up and done impressions of me.
Oh, based
These
on
two
that.
guys
Started
nailed
a
it.
movement.
They nailed it. You
Thank
and Russell
you.
nailed
that's
it.
so sweet, man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, we had a. It's a lot of fun. Doing a scene like that is a lot of fun, especially when you get it last minute and you don't have. Usually, I like to have the chance to sink my teeth into it and think it through, and without having that ability and just sort of trusting yourself and saying the words and hoping it comes out all right. We had a lot of fun, and I have to give credit to Brian White, who plays Russell.
Oh yeah, he's
He
great.
sat there. That poor guy.
And we want to thank Brian White too.
Trust me.
Women everywhere
With
want to
his shirt off, tied up, blood all over him, a gag in his mouth, that a girl. Reminiscent of what I sounded like when I walked on the set. I was like, woo! And I still haven't seen it. I didn't get to watch last week's episode, but I'm
it's
so
really
glad. Thank you for saying that.
Oh, you haven't seen you yet?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you were really good. That scene was great. That scene was good.
How'd I do with the Joe Morton bit? Was it good?
No, great, really great.
Carrie, do you think, is Olivia so mad at herself that she completely misread Russell?
Well, I think that.
I mean, I was like, oh, it's still the PTSD from the cage.
Yeah, I think it's partly that, and I think it's partly that she comes from a slightly unhealthy relationship with the first man in her life.
Yeah.
And it has,
Hilarious.
And it has really skewed her ability to know what healthy relationships with men look like. No offense, no offense.
At this point,
Taking a picture of y'all. Go ahead.
Darby.
Yes.
Here, present. Well, Abby and David, is there a chance?
Josh Molina, and I'm going to tell you a little story. Josh Molina and I were shooting on the first day of season 4 of this season, and I said, so, what do you think, Molina? Do you think, how long is it going to take for David and Abby to get back? And he was like, 2 episodes tops.
Nope.
Wrong.
I was wrong.
You were wrong.
What do you-
Which rarely happens, by the way. He's never wrong.
What does David think of Leo?
David or Josh? I'm a big Leo fan. Josh. David, not so much.
Jealous?
Clearly, he's jealous. He's carrying a torch,
He is.
I think.
How could you
all
not?
hope
How
so.
could you
How could you
not?
not?
Yeah. How do you miss? You still wear the white hat, of course, but are you almost more useful, your character in the White House, to the gladiators?
You know, it seems like Abby has been useful this year in the White House. Because whether Olivia doesn't want to go into the White House, or she doesn't want to talk to the president, or she's been kidnapped and is on the auction block, Abby sort of seemed to come up with the goods.
Yes.
So it's been kind of fun to wear a little bit of a bigger white hat this year.
Yeah, I dare say you have.
Yeah.
Cyrus has not been very easy on you.
No,
All
he's
season.
the worst boss. He only calls me Red.
I know.
Yeah, for a while it was
Although it's
Gabby
better
and
than
Red.
Gabby. It's better than
Yes.
Gabby.
That was funny,
Yes.
though. That was very subtle and well done.
Yeah.
How has that been to play your role this season? You seem incredibly disgruntled. Have you had it in Washington?
And what was it like to wear those purple tuxedos?
Yeah.